Hey clarinets, we're going to talk a little bit today about what we did in our lesson. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to put our barrel and our mouthpiece together. So remember, we have to put our cork grease on. So don't forget to put some cork grease on your mouthpiece around the cork here. So you would take your cork grease out. I barely have mine. Barely have any left. And you would just a little bit, put it all around, making sure that there's a thin layer on there. Remember, you don't want it to be too much on there. Then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and we're going to use a twisting motion to put the barrel and the reed together. So just like this, we hold both ends, twist, and then it should be on. Remember, we don't want to force anything in or shove it. Everything should be a twisting motion. If it's really hard to get on, use a little bit more cork grease, and that should do the trick. Okay, so now that we have our mouthpiece and barrel on, we are now going to put our reed on our mouthpiece. So make sure that you soak it a little bit. So I already did that with mine. So now we're going to put it on. So there should be a flat piece, a flat part of your reed, and a flat part of your mouthpiece. So the flat part of your reed, you'll know because of the label. So it should say Juno or maybe Rico Royal, depending on what reed you have. You're then going to take the flat side of your reed and put it against the flat side of your mouthpiece. Now, it shouldn't look like this where the reed is really high up, and it shouldn't look like this where the reed is really low. It should be just right, just like that. Once you have that, you're then going to put your ligature on. Now, excuse my ligature. It's missing a screw. Yours will not be missing a screw. So when you put your ligature on, you want yours facing to the right. So I'm going to put it on so you can see, so it's going to be facing you. There's going to be a bigger end and a smaller end. So if you put it down the right way, then it's going to be facing towards the right. And the screws are facing towards you. So we're going to put it down. And then we're also going to check the other side to make sure that you can see the symbol there in the middle. If you have everything, now mine doesn't have a symbol, but most of you should have one right there. Once it's all set, you're then going to tighten the screw. And then you should be ready to do your first mouthpiece exercise. We're going to do the first one together. So that's play for 4 and then rest for 4. Remember, they're going to pretend like you're putting on some chapstick. Your bottom lip then is going to provide a little cushion for your reed. And remember that you're going to know how much reed to put in by using our paper trick. And if we didn't have time to do the paper trick at our lesson, look at your paper. It should be on the second page. It talks about sticking a piece of paper in your reed. You can see how far down, and you're going to do a little light mark, and that will help you know how much reed goes in and how much mouthpiece goes in. So pretend like you're putting on chapstick. The bottom of the reed rests on the bottom lip. Your top teeth are going to lightly rest on top. We're not going to bite, just lightly rest. And then you're going to close around. You're going to use nice firm corners, flat chin, and our cheeks should not be puffy. And then we're going to play. So we're going to do in for 4, play for 4, and then rest for 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Big breath. Ready. Good. 2 more times. One more time. Big breath. Good job. So that's all we're going to do this week. And then make sure you do it one more time. We're going to do it for 8. And if you can get a good sound on this, we're going to be able to learn how to put our clarinet together. So lots of fun stuff. So keep up the good work. If you have any questions, you can contact me on Google Docs or Schoology. And I cannot wait for our next lesson. Good job, guys.